Hello lovely students and welcome to English with Bell. We have started part of sentences. We have discussed in the previous lecture about subject in detail, and after that is coming is verb. So we will discuss verb later in the parts of speech section in detail. So now it's time to discuss the third part of the sentence, which is object. What is object? So let's come to the topic. Let's start it. Object is basically, we can say, the receiver of an action. In sentence we have three things: subject, verb, object. Subject is the doer of an action, verb basically the action, and object is the receiver of the action. You can say that in Urdu we can say that कि जिस पर काम हो रहा हो उसको हम कहते हैं मफूल मीन ऑब्जेक्ट. जो काम रिसीव कर रहा हो, जिस पर काम हो रहा हो, उसको हम कहते हैं ऑब्जेक्ट. Like in sentence we can discuss it. Like in sentence we can say that, for example, he broke the glass. He is the subject as it is the doer of an action. Broke is the action, and the receiver of the action is what? The glass. So our object is the glass, which is the receiver of an action, of our action. So that is glass. In another sentence we will discuss it. Like we can say that Lucy is playing football. Lucy is playing football. So playing is the action, and what on which action is being done, on which या जिस पर एक्शन हो रहा हो वो क्या है हमारे पास? वो है फुटबॉल. सो फुटबॉल इज आवर ऑब्जेक्ट. एंड अनदर समझ आ गई ना? जिस पर काम हो रहा हो, जो रिसीवर हो एक्शन का, तो वो क्या है? वो हमारे पास फुटबॉल है, तो फुटबॉल हमारा ऑब्जेक्ट हो गया. इस तरह एक और एग्जाम्पल है. Thor is beating Ali. Now Thor is the subject, beating is the action, and किस पर काम हो रहा है? रिसीवर कौन है? वो है अली. So Ali is our object. So this is the sample view of object, which is the receiver of an action. We call it object. So let's move on. We have types of object. We have many types of objects, like prepositional object, direct object, indirect object, but the main basic divisions are the two, which are direct object and indirect object. One is direct, the other one is indirect. डायरेक्ट ऑब्जेक्ट कौन सा होगा? अब देखिए, डायरेक्ट ऑब्जेक्ट वो होगा जो हमारे साथ जिसकी हम वो डिफिनीशन जो हमने ऑब्जेक्ट की वही डायरेक्ट ऑब्जेक्ट है, जो रिसीव कर रहा हो डायरेक्टली द एक्शन, डायरेक्ट रिसीवर ऑफ एन एक्शन, डायरेक्ट रिसीवर ऑफ द एक्शन, जो एक्शन का डायरेक्ट रिसीवर हो उसे कहते हैं डायरेक्ट ऑब्जेक्ट। ठीक है, अब इनडायरेक्ट ऑब्जेक्ट कैसे कहते हैं? जो रिसिपिएंट हो, जो रिसीवर हो, इसको भी हम रिसीवर कह सकते हैं, रिसिपिएंट हो ऑफ द डायरेक्ट ऑब्जेक्ट, जो डायरेक्ट ऑब्जेक्ट को रिसीव करेगा, जो रिसिपिएंट होगा डायरेक्ट ऑब्जेक्ट का, उसे हम कहते हैं इनडायरेक्ट ऑब्जेक्ट। अब नाउ लेट डिस्कस how we can differentiate between direct object and indirect object. Let me tell you another simple basic trick of differentiation between the difference between direct and indirect object. The direct object will give us the answer of what, and the indirect object will give the answer of whom in a sentence. Let us discuss in the examples to make it clear. As we discussed the example, Ali is beating Ahmad. Ali is beating Lucy. Or we can say he broke the glass. So in this kind of scenario, in this kind of situation, if we have only one object in the sentence, so it must be the direct object. Whether it's giving us the answer of whom or what doesn't matter. If we have only one object in the sentence, then it must be the direct object of that sentence. Direct object, direct object. These are the direct objects of these sentences. So there is no indirect object in these sentences because there is only one object, and whenever we have one object in the sentence, it must be direct object, whatever it be. Now let's clear about direct and indirect objects. In another example, if we say he gave me a book. Now see, he is our subject, gave is our action, verb, and me is the object, the receiver, and a book, it is also object because it receiving the action. So whenever we have two kinds of object, so then there we apply the rule of direct and indirect object. Now let's say, जैसा कि मैंने आपको बताया, if you remember, direct object and indirect object में डिफ्रेंशिएशन कैसे करेंगे कि डायरेक्ट ऑब्जेक्ट हमारे पास आंसर देगा व्हाट का, एंड इनडायरेक्ट ऑब्जेक्ट हमारे पास आंसर देगा whom का। अगर इसको हम और सिंपल करें तो ये हमारे पास थिंग होगा, सिंपली व्हाट क्या किसके लिए आता है, थिंग्स के लिए आता है ना, तो ये हमारे पास कोई थिंग कोई चीज़ होगा। whom हमारे पास किस लिए आता है, पर द पर्सन और एनिमल एटसेट्रा। सो whom इट्स पर द पर्सन, तो जो पर्सन होगा वो इनडायरेक्ट ऑब्जेक्ट होगा। ठीक है, अब पढ़ते हैं एग्जांपल्स। He gave me a gift. Sorry, he gave me a book. So in this sentence there are two objects we have. So let's clear it by that simple trick, what and whom. Now which one is direct object and which one is indirect object, we do not know. until yet. But let it solve by the trick I have told you of whom and what. Like, he gave me what? He gave me what? He gave me a book. So book is the answer of what in this sentence? So this is our direct object. And he gave to whom? He gave to whom a book? To whom? To me. So it is indirect object. In another sense, the book is a thing while me is a person. So whom is the answer of me and what is the answer, question, what is the question of book? देखिए उर्दू में समझते हैं ही गेव मी अ गिफ्ट, तो जो हमारे साथ whom का आंसर देगा वो हमारे साथ होगा इनडायरेक्ट ऑब्जेक्ट, जो what का आंसर देगा वो होगा डायरेक्ट ऑब्जेक्ट. देखिए अब he gave me a book, अब he gave to whom a book. अगर इसको हम क्वेश्चन बनाते हैं, इंट्रोगेटिव बना दें, तो whom आ गया. whom का क्वेश्चन आंसर जो था वो मी है, उसने मुझे किताब किताब दिया था. तो इसको अगर हम सॉल्व करें टू whom, तो whom का आंसर हमारे पास मी है और मी हमने कहा कि whom का जो आंसर आएगा वो ऑब्जेक्ट हमारे पास इनडायरेक्ट होगा. और जो what है, he gave me what, so he gave me a book. It is the answer of what, and what is the answer of direct object. What is basically the question of direct object and the answer is a book. So book is our direct object. Let's move on to some other examples. The boy gave his girlfriend a necklace. Now see, there are still we have the boy gave his girlfriend. This is one object and a necklace is another object. But लेट डिफरेंशिएट बिटवीन डायरेक्ट एंड इनडायरेक्ट ऑब्जेक्ट के. इसमें डायरेक्ट ऑब्जेक्ट कौन सा होगा और इनडायरेक्ट ऑब्जेक्ट कौन सा होगा? तो हमने कहा जो हमारे पास whom का आंसर देगा वो होगा इनडायरेक्ट ऑब्जेक्ट. तो whom का आंसर क्या होगा? द बॉय गेव हिज गर्लफ्रेंड. द बॉय गेव टू whom a necklace. To whom is, so the answer is a girlfriend. So girlfriend is the indirect object because it is the answer of whom. And necklace, the boy gave his girlfriend what? So the boy gave his girlfriend a necklace. So a necklace is the thing. So it is the answer of what? So it is direct object. Clear? Now let's move to another example. He threw the ball to Sam. Now there are still two objects. If we look over it, he threw the ball. One is the ball object and to the Sam, one is the same. So now there is still a differentiation of direct and indirect object. The scenario come again of direct and indirect object. So the answer is what? He threw what to the same? The ball. What is the question of the ball? So ball is our direct object and he threw the ball to whom? Person, if you remember. To whom? To Sam. So Sam is our indirect object. I think you should be clear on the base of. Sorry for the interruption. There was some technical issues. So solved now. So I think you have been clear on the concept of direct and indirect object. Simply we can say that direct object, indirect object. Direct object are those which gave us the answer of what, and indirect object are those which gave us the answer of whom. So it is a simple trick, you have to keep it in mind. So these are the types of object, the main types: direct object and indirect object. Like uh, let me tell you some interesting fact. He is beating Ali. So Ali, देखे डायरेक्ट और इनडायरेक्ट ऑब्जेक्ट का कंसेप्ट तभी आएगा व्हेन वी हैव टू ऑब्जेक्ट्स इन द सेंटेंस. हाउ मच? टू or more. If we have two objects, so then there must be the concept of direct and indirect object. If there is only one object in the sentence, whatever it be, whatever it gave us the answer of whom or what, like it giving us the answer of whom. He is beating whom? He is beating Ali. But सिर्फ एक ही है सेंटेंस में. There is only one object in the sentence. Is beating Ali. Ali is basically what? The direct object. Whenever we have one object in the sentence, whatever it gave us the answer of whom or what, we do not focus on it. जब एक ही subject हो sentence में, whenever there is only one object, सिर्फ एक ही हो, तो फिर उसको हम कहेंगे डायरेक्ट ऑब्जेक्ट. ठीक है. तो जब एक ही आता है तो फिर उसका whom और what का सिनारियो नहीं दीजिएगा. whom और what का सिनारियो तब देखा जाएगा जब दो सब्जेक्ट ऑब्जेक्ट हो. जब दो ऑब्जेक्ट होंगे तो फिर whom और what का सिनारियो देखा जाएगा, डायरेक्ट एंड डायरेक्ट का ट्रिक डाला जाएगा. बट if there is only one object there, then it must be the direct object. Okay, clear? Let's discuss what I have told, which is very rare, but it is prepositional object, or we can say object of preposition. Now what is object of preposition? Let's come and define it. The object which comes later or after the preposition is called prepositional object. Like we can say she cuts the cake with a knife. Knife is what? The object receiver of the action. With is what? The preposition. So object come later or after the preposition, so it become object of preposition. Another example we can see, watch it, like she is playing with her doll. Now her doll is the object, with is the preposition. Object come later than the preposition with, so it is the prepositional object. Whenever the object come after the preposition, it is the prepositional object or object of preposition. What we have discussed in our today lecture is about object. Object is what? The receiver of an action is called object. Now we have two types of main objects: direct object and indirect object. Direct object which receive the action of the verb directly, and indirect object which is the recipient of the direct object. So whenever we have two objects in a sentence, then the one will be direct object and the other will be indirect object. Will we apply the scenario of whom and what? And whenever there will be one object in a sentence, it must be direct object. Then we study about the prepositional object. So it's all about the object. Try to practice it. See you in my next video. Take care of yourself. Bye. So long.